Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have first-person cameras. They're working. It's happening. One giant step for SATAL. Finally, we have first-person cameras. And the one on the top is the F-16 flown by Freak, and the one on the bottom is a F-18 flown by Plural Boink. So they are going to stay up. I'm going to have to work on my views and stuff, but we've got their camera angles. Now, I don't know how effective they're going to be in this fight, but we do have their first-person views. I'm going to try not to touch them, because if I touch their cameras, it screws with their views, and we don't want to lose their views. But Freak is rolling. Plural Boink should be rolling here momentarily, and everything should be synced up. Lobla, what is your anticipation? We talked about my thoughts on what's going to happen, but what is your anticipation for what is going to happen during this round?
Hang on, do you want me to unpause attack for you just now?
Go to 22 minutes and I'll count you in.
All right. All right, I'm good. I'm waiting there. I think MY, that was a pretty convincing win first round. I think the Tomcats on 81st are going to have to get utilized better if these guys want to
play now.
Gotcha. Yeah, the 81st guys are going to have to use those Tomcats a bit more effectively, I think, to win this round.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to do some work, I'd say. But whether that means that they hold on to their Phoenixes for 30-mile shots, or whether they use them early to try and get MY out of their safe space up there, 35k plus, and just try to ruffle their feathers a bit with some early Phoenix shots is what I'm looking to see. I'm interested to see whether they're going to change up their game plan with the Phoenixes.
Yeah, I don't know that it's necessarily a game plan change. They just have to make Banana's Tomcat effective. If they're able to do that, 2 Tomcats is obviously way more threatening than just 1. You go from 4 Phoenix to 8. So if they're able to do that, I think it's MY Squadron may be in trouble. They're staying at high altitude, and high altitude isn't necessarily a place that you want to be against an incoming Phoenix launch from a Tomcat, if it's launched from a close enough range and not from outer space and the missile doesn't have any energy. I mean, sometimes those long-range missiles can be effective, but the key's going to be launching in a way that makes it very difficult for MY Squadron to be able to defend. If they're able to do that, obviously if any team is able to do that, they're probably going to come out with the win. But I saw potential for TFS 81 there in round 1. They just had to get their act together, and Seagull had to get his radar together. And if they're able to do that, I think it's MY Squadron may be in for some trouble here.
Well, I mean, we saw it in the TFT match where Rage took out 2 guys right at the start with his Phoenixes in that round. Now, I think you remember the one I'm talking about. But they can definitely catch people off guard, and particularly when they're as high as what MY are, 35k plus. Like you say, they are right for the picking up there. So,
yep.
That's what I'd say. Like, I think even the long range shots, 30 out to say like 40 miles with the Phoenix has a potential to change this game here.
Right.
They may not have to necessarily wait until 30 miles for a kill shot, provided that they can just get them up off or down from their perch, so to speak.
Yeah. It's going to be more advantageous, I think, for TFS 81 if MY Squadron's able to stay high. If they do stay high, I think they're ripe for the picking for those Phoenix coming in. Are they going to stay high? Is MY Squadron going to recognize, hey, we're against 2 Tomcats, we need to descend? Or are they going to think, well, the Tomcat wasn't very effective in round 1, we can stay high and see what we can get? Quick shout out to Jaster501st for the Tier 1 sub for the last 13 months. Thank you very much, brother. Much appreciated. It all goes back to making this stream better. In cases like this, eventually it'll go towards a 3090 or a 6900, I think, from AMD to try and get more cameras, because I'm GPU limited on the FPS to be able to make these work. So I would like to run even more of these first-person cameras, because I don't have to interact with these cameras at all. They just run. I have scripts through auto hotkey that I can pause all my cameras at the same time. It's just, it just goes to the hardware fun of more GPU power, which is what I need to make all this happen. But anyway, back to the match in question. I think MY Squadron, I'm worried that they may get lulled into a false sense of security, thinking that these Tomcats from TFS 81 weren't very effective. If Banana is able to get his act together, that is the key. He is the key in this. If he is able to get his act together, I think we're in for, or MY Squadron is in for a disastrous round 2. But if Banana isn't, and we have the same problem, or if those Tomcats aren't put to good use and they fire too early or too late, because the Phoenix is very easy to dodge when it's fired from too early or too late. If they don't utilize them well, then MY is going to have an easy road, much like they did in round 1, having 3 pilots remaining at the end. So I think it all hinges around those Tomcats.
Yeah. Are MY an international squadron, by the way?
They are Malaysia.
Okay.
Hence the MY. It's not my squadron. It's MY Squadron. And yes, guys, the first-person cameras are a game changer. We're finally here. It's finally happening. And, you know, if they don't take up as much FPS as the big views, I may add a couple more. Like, I run a 38-inch ultra-wide. I could fit 2 more screens on this monitor. And I could put some other ones on these other monitors that I've got. So it depends on how much juice my 2080 Ti's got left. There'll be some experimentation coming. We're just going to have to see. It takes me a little bit longer to get everything ready because I have to go back and edit other tracks and stuff to be able to do. But it's honestly less camera work because now I don't have to worry about moving and selecting those cameras. I can select those cameras like this, and you guys can see them. But I don't have to drive the camera, if you will. Their head drives the camera for me. Let's go back to TAC view so we can get the overall view. Ideally, what I'd like to do is have everybody's first-person view. That's a lot. I mean, that's 12 cameras at the same time going on. That's a lot. I don't think my machine, or really any machine out there, unless the first-person cameras take significantly less horsepower than the external ones, that's going to be rough. And I can look and see how my GPU's doing. How are you doing, GPU?
In the meantime, while Maltar's doing that, we got MY splitting out here. Both pairs, we've got about a 20-mile trail with the 2 Hornets behind the 2 Vipers here. Yeah, it's about 20 miles there, and they're splitting out quite wide. This is a what are we talking about? 16 miles at the moment. They're still bracketing on Banana here. Same deal with 81st. However, we got a 27-mile trail split up there, but Sky and Rook are still sticking close. I don't know whether they're going to meet the bracket being presented to them by MY, or whether they're going to pair off on one. Yet to be seen. But the distance between these lead jets now is, let's just go here for a sec. We're looking at 42 miles right now, and the Tomcats are still about I want to say 60 plus miles on that. Yeah, about 68 miles between Oku there and the lead Tomcat of Seagull.
But
so
we are
38 miles right now
in Phoenix
between,
range.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
Okay,
effective
so
Phoenix range against MY Squadron, I don't think so, but we are within the launch parameters for the AIM-54.
Yeah. Now, Oku and Freak collapsing their bracket back in here. I'm not sure whether they're just going to turn out cold. It looks like Oku is.
I like that maneuvering, not overextending against Tomcats. They're not pushing in too deep. They went into a 90-degree turn, doing a preemptive notch in case they didn't see something. They've dumped all of their altitude. Maybe they noticed something. Maybe they saw a contrail that they thought was a Phoenix. I'm not really sure. Sky launches at 120, and that thing is going to outer space. 66,000 feet, 67,000 feet. Is that thing even tracking?
No, I don't think it's tracking
I don't
anyone.
think that's tracking anybody. We'll have to see if it comes down, but it's at 73,000 feet now. Is it going to come over the top? Yes. It's starting to slow down its ascent. Still ascending. Mach 2.2 now. Coming over the hill. It's dropping now, so I think it is tracking somebody. Is it?
Maybe
Yeah.
Freak.
Maybe. It's maintaining Mach 2, so it's not doing too bad of a job. I think it's actually on plural boink.
Back through 70,000 feet now.
Well, I can't really tell. The missile's actually accelerating, but Freak is defending, so I don't think this missile's going to be doing anything or causing anybody any type of stress at all in this match. But look how defensive TFS 81 is at the opening parts of this match. I mean, their lead 2 ship of Sky and Rook is already cold. It was the same thing that we saw from the lead 2 ship of MY Squadron, but looks like they're regrouping with Seagull and Banana, their Tomcats. And again, I've said it repeatedly, the ability for them to win this match, I think, hinges on the ability and the effectiveness of their Tomcats. And so to keep them out of the game and just attack on your own, Sky and Rook, I think would be the wrong way to do it. So them turning around and heading back to their fellow companions of Seagull and Banana, I think is a good thing to do. I mean, they can run away. Seagull and Banana have the longer stick with their Phoenixes should anybody try and chase Sky and Rook.
Right. "47 miles between Seagull and Plural Boink right now."
Still waiting. Nothing really This is a lot more patient of a round, Low Blow, than we saw in round 1. No team really willing to commit. I guess TFS 81 recognizing that if they lose this round, they're done. And MY Squadron recognizing if they lose this round, it goes to round 3, and they don't want to go to that situation either. Because we've said it before, and I'll say it again, the team that wins round 2 has got all the momentum.
Yeah. We've seen that happen a lot. Interested with the tactics between Seagull and Banana. You know, these guys...
I think they're just in a saunter.
Yeah.
Cruising in here, not wasting any fuel. I mean, we saw Banana run out of fuel in round 1. So is having them in a saunter a better move from them instead of coming in balls to the wall, full throttle, blower all the way, and really eating through that fuel? Do we think that them coming in at a saunter at 35,000 feet is a better maneuver? Maybe, especially if they're going to wait to put that Phoenix out there. I don't know that launching early is going to be as big of and imparting energy onto that missile is going to be as big of a thing. While we're talking about that, though, Seagull is now descending rapidly.
Yeah, I was just taking a look at that. Any reason for that, do you think? I can't. He wouldn't have had anything on RWR go off at him.
I don't know.
Nothing around him. That slam is way out there to the east.
I don't really know why he would descend like that. I mean, he came down from 35,000 feet, dumped, what, 17,000 feet of altitude, didn't gain any speed. He actually lost speed. He's at Mach 0.75 now. I don't know what the maneuver or the reasoning was behind losing all of that, aside from maybe he was rejoining with Sky. Maybe. Botac just launched a 120. Just saw him put one out there.
Maybe on Rook. Let's just see what distance that was. 35 miles, I think. Looks like a Phoenix, 2 Phoenixes coming out of Banana right now on possibly Freak, I want to say, from 30 miles.
Not bad shots, I'll say, but I wish you would have waited a bit longer. I think we can grab those missiles. So here's one of the Phoenix going on to camera 1. So here it comes. Can't tell who it's on yet. I guess
Is that
tac
a new
view.
feature? You seeing that from on the tac view? The tac view's got a box around Freak. I'm wondering if that's because that's the jet I had selected. I think it might be. It looks like it's going for Botac though.
Yeah, I think they're both on Botac. One may be on Plural Boink, and the other one may be on Botac, but neither of them, I think, were very well thought out shots. I mean, let's go back to the Phoenix and see. So here's the Phoenix. It is ingressing onto Botac. I think they're both on Botac. Botac launched a 120 back at Banana, but I think Banana's going to have a much easier time defending that 120 than Botac is defending these Phoenixes. But as I say that, these Phoenix are coming down through 700 knots, and they're not any threat to either of these adversaries, Banana or Botac. So nothing going on there.
So Banana's down to 2 Phoenixes now, is he?
Yep, he is. And that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. We've got this Phoenix coming in on the Plural Boink, and it's defeated too. So it's down to 500 knots. So one was on Botac, one was on Plural Boink, and they're both trash. Both not an issue in any way, sense of the form. So let's go back to TAC view so you guys can see. So here is the TAC view.
Here's something worth pointing out. Have a look at the split that MY have going here between Orca and Freak. We're talking about 30 miles with Botac and Plural Boink if they decide to commit inbound. They're in the middle of that. But that's a pretty wide spread that these guys are covering. We've just got another Phoenix now coming out of Banana onto Freak from about 23 miles. And it's still under burn here. Freak is not messing around, though. He is out of there.
Yeah, these missiles are coming, I think, from too far away. MY Squadron, I think, recognizing that the Tomcat may be more of a threat coming in here to round 2 and bleeding a lot of their altitude, getting low. And you can see how fast that AIM-54 is decelerating. It's already down to under Mach 2, still over 10 miles to go to its target. And that thing's going to be well under Mach 1 by the time it gets anywhere close to Freak.
Right.
And we can actually jump to Freak. So here is Freak defending in the valleys, and it's not going to catch him. He's over Mach 1. He's forcing that missile to bleed energy as he goes through these turns. You can see it now on the TAC view, and the missile's well under 500 knots now, and it's slower than Freak's aircraft.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Banana was low. I think he was down at 18,000 feet when he fired it, and he wasn't that fast either, so... and he's got 1 Phoenix left by my count at the moment. Now we see Oku. We see a bit of a trade going over in the east here from about 19 miles. Oku firing a slammer at Seagull, and Seagull returning a 19-mile Phoenix at him from looks like 23,000 feet, Mach 0.75.
Right.
So again, not ultra high or not ultra fast from Seagull there in terms of the amount of energy he's imparting to this missile. But no, that's a pretty close Phoenix shot nonetheless, and it's still. It's off the burn now, and through 9 miles, slowing through Mach 2.8. Let's have a look at that from first person. It's probably going to get line of sighted here.
We are looking at it. I don't know if it's going to get line of sighted. Is it? Not yet. But it's just bleeding energy so fast. I mean, the fins on the Phoenix are so large that any type of maneuvering that the missile does bleeds an excruciatingly high amount of energy, and the Aku is doing a great job of forcing the missile to do just that. I mean, you can see the missile when we joined it was at like 1,500 knots. Now it's down to 500 knots and is no longer any type of threat coming in onto Aku. And then Botac put a 120 out onto Seagull. Seagull responded with an AIM-54. I'm worried about the number of AIM-54s that TFS 81 has left. They have launched a lot, and none of them have been too effective when they've actually reached their target. And that may be from the launching parameter, or it could be from the defensive maneuvering and defensive posturing that MY Squadron has been doing. They've been doing a great job so far of that. And here's another case of this one. If we go to camera 2, coming into Botac, and it is out of energy and it's not tracking. So MY Squadron repeatedly doing a fantastic job of defending these AIM-54s. Banana launching yet another AIM-54.
That's his last one by my count, and that's from 14 miles. And again, ultra low. I mean, he's down at 10,000 feet, Mach 1.1 when he launched that. And it is still on the burn, though. Just topping out there, I want to say Mach 3.2. This could be dangerous.
And that one's coming on to Freak, if I remember right.
It's stopped.
Yeah, and well, Freak Freak did a great job line of sighting that. We jumped to Freak's point of view. Yeah, Freak's point of... Are these cameras synced up?
What timestamp are you at?
Are these even the right tracks? Something's wrong here. Because I'm looking at Freak in both of these views, and their timestamps are right, but Freak is doing something totally different than what he's doing in... Yeah, something's messed up here. Can we pause it?
Yeah. Goddamn freaks, man.
Yeah, I know, right? So something happened here in that the timer is not the timer, but I'm getting different things happening between the two aircraft. And I don't know if we're getting desync on Freak or not, but when we're looking at Freak defending, it was not what Freak's pilot was doing. So it was a little concerning there. I don't know if I loaded the right track. Maybe the tracks were named incorrectly. I don't know.
Do you just want to ditch the first person views then? We'll just go back to old school.
We'll keep them up just in case, but we haven't been looking at them. We'll just keep them up and see what ends up going down. All right, ready? Play in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so we've got an 18-mile slammer coming out of Botac on Banana, and I think Banana still has 2 Phoenixes. Is that not right? But no, wait.
This actually
Banana is out of Phoenixes, isn't he?
I think so.
And Seagull might have 2 left.
Seagull has 2 left. So if we look at camera 1, Seagull has 2, and then Banana has
none, right?
None. That is correct. Let me see if plural boinks camera is correct.
All right, so that's Slammer there from Botac now through Mark 1.2, rapidly decelerating. I think that's no threat. Down on the west, however, we have another Slammer coming out of Sky from 17 miles on Plural Boink. You know, it's a pretty long-range shot. Sky down at 24,000 feet right now.
Plural boinks camera is correct. Freaks just isn't right. So plural boinks does work.
All right. So we got Slammers being traded here. As I say, 19-mile shot out in the west, and the Slammer from Oku is a 14-mile Slammer on Rook. Let's. I'm going to take a look at that one from first-person view on the missile. Hang on. I think that is the missile. Oh yeah, it must be the missile. Yeah. Well, it looks like Rook's defended that.
None of these missiles that are being launched from either side have any effect on the other team. I mean, Rook's doing a great job of defending this. We can jump to his point of view. This is him defending that. He's bleeding the missile out of energy as it comes through terminal guidance. These missiles bleed energy extraordinarily fast. So any type of maneuvering like this just makes them totally ineffective. So I have to continually give these guys credit for what they're doing in defending these incoming missiles.
Right. Now, something I have to mention, Malta, and I'd be interested to hear your opinion on this, but, you know, the size of the spread between the two elements of MY is large. We're talking about 20 miles, so these elements not really in a position to mutually support one another on the MY side of the house. But looking at 81, you know, with... What are we talking about? A total spread across all elements of 18 miles there. So, you know, I think 81st or 81, I should say, are in a better position to mutually support each other and cross over from element to element if they need to.
Yep, I agree with that. Did Freak fly in round 1? I don't think he did. Maybe he did. Does anybody know if Freak flew in round 1? Let's pause it real quick. I have a feeling these are misnamed.
Okay. You think
So
this is the third round?
Well, I'm not entirely sure. So I'm going to grab... I don't think this is the third. This is the correct round. I think Freak's track may have been misnamed here. So I'm going to grab it. I need to edit it here real quick. But I have a feeling that the round 2 track from him wasn't correct. So I'm going to see if I can fix it right quick.
And while Malta is doing that, we should bear in mind Banana has no Phoenixes left, and by our count, Seagull has 2 left, I think.
That is correct. And
he's currently looking at Oku from about 18 miles, so I'm interested to see whether he's going to get an 18-mile Phoenix off here on Oku, which will have some sting to it. But yeah, definitely from what I'm seeing today, these Mark 47s underperforming, it would seem. You know, these are pretty close shots, you know, definitely sub 30 miles, and the Mark 60s in that sub 30 mile range absolutely have potential. But the Mark 47s not seeming to perform as well. Could be that 81 are just launching them a bit too low and slow though as well. You know, a lot of these launches are from sub 20k feet and around Mark 1 or slower, so not a lot of energy being imparted to these missiles from the launching platform.
Well, I think they're just being taken from too far away. All these shots are being taken from too far away, in my opinion.
That, and it could be just the MY, you know, coupled with that fact, are just doing a good job of defending as well. Because a lot of them are getting notched and they stop tracking, you know. But they are definitely low on energy by the time they get there. So.
Well, I think we're just not going to worry about this one right now. We're just going to do the 3 tracks we have. First-person cameras are, I guess, a work in progress. So let's go ahead and hit play. 3, 2, 1. Well, you're behind.
Where are you at?
I am at 44.16. Play in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so we're back and rolling. Sorry about that, guys.
15-mile slammer, I want to say, 16-mile slammer from Oku on Seagull, and a Phoenix now coming out at 14 miles from Seagull on Oku. That is going to have some sting to it. Let's go and ride with that one in attack view.
They've got sting, but MY Squadron's just doing a great job of defending them. And MY Squadron may have more weapons remaining by the time we get into the merge.
Well, yeah, because there's only one Phoenix left on 81 side of the house.
Now,
and that is on Seagull's airplane.
On the flip side of that, are the Phoenixes making MY Squadron burn more fuel? Having to defend these, because they're not getting slow to notch them. They're staying fast. They're line of sighting these missiles. They're staying low. Is that a factor, right? Are we seeing that as play a role here?
Well, the Viper's not known for fuel economy on the best of days, so yeah, definitely a factor. You know, these guys are pretty much down on the deck. Pretty much down on the deck. You know, my freak down there in the, like, literally in the hills. Banana doing a good job of getting away from that 120. That was a pretty long-range shot anyway. And again, you know, we're seeing two ships pair off against one another. You know, 81 have now built up quite the distance between themselves, between these two elements. But yeah, about 18 miles here.
There's the mirror image though going on with my MY Squadron. I mean, Plural Boink and Freak are together. Oku and Botak are together on the MY side. Seagull and Sky are together on TFS 81, and Banana and Rook are together. So we've got 4 2 ships operating independently, 2 for TFS 81, 2 for MY Squadron, separated by right around, what is that, 15 miles, 20 miles between the two ships. And they're just mirror images of one another. But Rook is separating from Banana and continuing into a 2v1 situation.
I am liking what I'm seeing from Seagull, though. He's climbing. He's up through Angels 33 right now, improving his energy state for this last Phoenix launch. maybe he's putting his hopes on this last one. You know, wants to give it the best chance of success here. So looks like he's going to 40,000 feet.
But what is Rook doing? Is Rook trying to do a dragon bag situation where he gets somebody to pay attention to him and he just drags him into Banana? I mean, that's a possibility.
I mean, maybe they're just setting up a grinder. You know, he's at 16 miles out ahead of Banana. But the issue he's got is that Banana only has Sparrows left, right? Banana has no Phoenixes left.
That's correct.
So, you know, whether this is going to be effective is yet to be seen. And not to mention, Banana is right down there in the weeds. He's at 7,500 feet. So not exactly in a good position to support Rook right now. And Rook potentially overcommitted here. You know, 14 miles, Botak needs to turn around and shut him down. But I think he's fine. Rook's out cold now.
They're both
15 mile
yeah.
slammer on Oku.
Now, I think the fight now that we need to pay attention to is look at Seagull. So you were talking about Banana getting high. Seagull is at 42,000 feet at Mach 8.8. I wish he was faster, but he is high. So he is going to give, if he launches the Phoenix from this altitude, and we can see him launching it now, he is going to give it the best chance that it has. Where'd it go? There it goes. The best chance that it has in order to impact its target. It looks like it is going to be tracking Botak. So let's grab Botak's point of view. Here's the split screen. I'm now going to grab the Phoenix over here. And I think this is the best potential shot we have had. This missile was launched from 15 miles. It's coming off burner, or its motor, at 2,500 knots at about 5 miles from Botak. Botak is now defending. Where's the missile? Where's the missile? There it is. I just saw it. 1.5 miles. Missile still at 1,500 knots. Botak is dead. He's going to be the first casualty, and that was a great shot from TFS 81 Seagull, and he's able to defend an incoming 120. He waited long enough, got the altitude, and Botak was just in an undefendable position. So well done by Seagull to make that last Phoenix from the TFS 81 side count.
Right. And that's what they needed to do with the other 7 of them. Don't forget, they brought 8 of these things into this battle. You know, so firing them down from 18,000 feet wasn't really doing themselves any favors.
No.
Now, the other thing that's worth mentioning there is when Seagull fired that Phoenix from Angels 41, he was only at Mach 0.8 as well. As you say, that combination of the altitude.
Bad things are going to happen for Rook. He tried to split S at like 5,000 feet, and that is the ground reaching out and touching him with cold, dead fingers and prise him into the earth, and Rook is no more. So they were able to go up.
You with me?
Yep. Internet just kind of took a spike. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Rook was able to, or TFS 81 was able to try and make something. They were able to make something happen, and then it immediately comes back, and Rook flies into the ground, equalizing us at 3 apiece.
Right. Now we've got a 15-mile trade out to the west between Sky and Oku here, and an AIM-7 out of Plural Boink. So, you know, I don't think the AIM-7 is going to be a factor, and he's out cold. He's going to easily, this. I think Sky's safe, but I don't know about Oku. Let's go and look at this. No, Oku's fine.
Yeah, 1,200 knots. He's already cold. You got to be inside like 8 miles to get an effective 120 shot. Even closer than that to be able to make these work. These long-range shots, they feel like desperation, in all honesty, of what's going on here. Banana now, again, much like round 1, is heavily isolated up here to the north.
But what's Freak got left on his jet? Because, you know, that's worth bearing in mind as well. Is he down to heaters yet? Or?
He has 4 120s.
Okay.
So if Freak recognizes that Banana is isolated, Banana's going to be a mashed banana.
Right.
And Seagull, at the same time, is now being chased by Plural Boink. And let's go take a look at Plural Boink, because he's actually one of our cameras. So you can actually see Plural Boink has him locked up. And they are separated by 7 miles. Plural Boink puts a 120 out there, maybe just trying to get Seagull to defend and close the distance, because if Seagull's defending aggressively, Plural Boink is then going to be able to run him down. Now, he's not doing that, unfortunately. If we look at Seagull's point of view here on camera 2, he has all the energy in the world, over 700 knots, and the missile's going to run out of energy still just about 2 miles behind him.
Yeah, they're fine. But basically, we're down to a 3v3. 2 Tomcats on the 81 side have no Phoenixes left. But
I think
missile economy-wise, I think MY is out ahead with Slammers, aren't they?
And I think the one to watch now is Freak, because Freak is taking up the aggressive position that Plural Boink had, and he's coming in against a Seagull and Banana, both of which have no active missiles left. They only have the AIM-9s, like Lobo just pointed out, the AIM-9s and the AIM-7s. So if we look at the TAC view so you guys can get an overarching picture of what's going on, Freak is out in front. It is his battle or his time to decide what he wants to do. Now he's turning away, but he still has tons of weapons left on his aircraft. And he is above everyone on the TFS 81 side, aside from Seagull, who he was co-altitude with. Now Oku is taking up the mantle of being the aggressive one, and he's coming in here head-to-head with Seagull and Banana. And Oku has no missiles left.
We're nearly getting down to merges here. You know, these guys.
I think we're going to end up in a merge. Several merges.
So there's a close slammer from Plural Boink, 7 miles, sorted on Banana, I want to say, and Banana firing a pretty harmless heater on Oku. I think Oku's going to be fine, I want to say, but we don't know. Let's go look at this. No, he's okay. Oh, is he okay though?
He's going to be okay. But Freak is going to be coming in close against Seagull's F-14, and he sees a missile launch, an AIM-7 launch from the F-14 of Seagull, and turns in. 120 should be coming off. Probably got him in helmet-mounted sight from 2 miles. That is a deadly 120 shot, and I think we're going to see that one plow into him. Explosion in 3, 2, 1, boom! Seagull gets taken down. He is the next casualty for the TFS 81 side, and let's jump back and take a look at what the overarching picture is now. Freak is not in a great position as he has Sky flanking him from 3 miles. And he's recommitting into Sky, and Sky's in a really good position against him. Let's grab Sky's camera. So here's the split view, so we can see that Sky is all over the 6 of Freak. I don't know that he's going to be able to run him down, though.
He's gunning him.
Trying to, but that's a long gun. 0.8 miles. That's a long gun. Now we've got a head-on incursion between Banana and Oku. There goes an AIM-9, not tracking onto Oku. Banana breaks off. And now we've got Plural Boink entering the fray. Does he see Banana? And actually, we need to keep track of this merge. Because Sky is merged with Freak.
Yeah. Now these guys are in a scissors, and my Freak pitching out low, giving his tail to Sky. So Sky able to remain offensive here. My Freak still has how many slammers left on board? So that weight, could be hurting him here in this
I think
merge.
he's got 3. And Freak is merged now with 3 from... Sky is merged now with 3 from MY Squadron. But is that going to give Banana, who's coming in out of nowhere, which we can see from over here on the map, a huge advantage? Is he going to be able to catch a couple guys off guard? So let's jump back over. I'm actually going to go to split view so you guys can see what's going on. The merge on the right between Sky and Freak, and then Banana coming in out of nowhere unopposed. Is he going to be able to catch somebody off guard? So Banana is here in his F-14. He's got 2 AIM-9s remaining. He's got an F-18. I think that's Plural Boink, right? Is it Plural Boink? Yes. It's Plural Boink. There goes an AIM-9, and I don't think Plural Boink sees this. Let's go to his view. Plural Boink, and Plural Boink gets blindsided by that AIM-9 from Banana, and we're now down to a 2v2 as Sky is still merged with Freak.
Well, Freak's already taken a bunch of shots from Sky, so he's flying a damaged jet. I don't know how effective he's going to be. Oku now in a 2-circle on the deck with Banana, looking for a high aspect shot.
There we go.
You paused?
No, we're good. So Banana is merged now with Oku, 56-10. 56-11, 12, 13, 14. You're good. So Oku is now merged with Banana, launches an AIM-9 at, I think that's on Freak. Are we going to be able to see that enter the picture? I don't think so. Maybe it was just that was an accidental launch.
He just got that off his airplane, I think. He's looking at guns. I don't know why he fired it, to be fair, but Oku looks like he's lining up
just died.
Banana right now.
Freak just died.
Freak's dead.
Freak is dead. So I think Oku, as you just pointed out, is lining up Banana, getting in close. Oh, he overshoots Banana.
Oh, man.
Oh, but Banana's out of fuel.
Right.
Oh, no. So Banana's out of fuel. Does Oku recognize that? Let's go back to TAC views so you guys can get the overall view of what's going on here. We're down to 3 combatants. Banana,
Here's
Sky.
the crazy thing. Here's the crazy thing. If Banana hadn't fired that Fox 2, he would now have a perfect Fox 2 shot on Oku.
He would. I don't know why. Maybe he had a shot. Maybe he launched it at Freak. Maybe he killed Freak. That may be what happened.
No. What? No, that last aim 9 that Banana shot was at nobody.
Oh, I missed
and
that.
then Oku overshot him, and Banana had a perfect Fox 2 shot on Oku as he flew by him, man. That is just insane. That could have ended everything right there. I feel bad for Banana. Oh my god, dude. Holy cow.
But I think
now... Well, where's Sky going? These guys are just...
I think they're low on fuel.
RTBing, right?
Yeah, but I heard from someone that this round, nothing happens now. So we're going to fast forward this. Because I have a feeling that nothing's going to happen here.
So it's a draw then?
It depends on if one team's able to make it back or not.
Holy cow, dude. That could have all ended there if Banana had managed to save that Fox 2. Oku literally flew by him, gave him his tail. Can you pause the TAC view?
You're about a minute ahead of me.
At like 1 mile. Unbelievable.
So we're going to fast forward here by quite a bit. And I have a feeling that nothing is going to happen here for a significant amount of time. And we're just going to go to camera 1 instead of watching this in TAC view, just so we don't have to reconnect them. I'm going to get rid of the TAC view here. And we're at plus 20 on the timer. So 20 times fast forward. And these guys are just circling. Nobody wants to commit. Let's take a look at Sky's aircraft. So Sky has no weapons left. And so Sky, no weapons. And then Oku, no weapons. So neither of these guys have any weapons. Sky very well may be out of M61. He may be out of guns after that merge with Freak. He fired a lot. Fired a lot of weapons. So is this just going to turn into who's going to run out of fuel first? I think that's what's going to end up happening. And I got to give it to Oku's at 34,000 feet. Sky's at 40,000 feet. So Sky definitely has the fuel advantage being 6,000 feet higher than Oku. And I think his turn circle is also more relaxed. Oh, Oku, they're getting closer now. Oku thought about it, and then Sky ran away. And we're back to circles.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. Is that going to be it for Oku? He's running away. He's got to be critical on fuel for what he's doing. He was close, didn't commit into the fight. He's got to recognize that Sky was merged with Freak for a long time. But when you're in a jet, it's really difficult to do that, especially when you don't have a GCI. You just have the AI AWACS. And I think Oku is going finals on Sakumi. Is that what he's doing? Yeah, he's headed towards Sakumi. And Sakumi's in the bubble, so if he lands, he's going to blow up. And then Sky, if he's able to make it back to Maycop, will solidify this for TFS 81. So here's Sky's point of view. He's still okay. 86% engine RPM, 35,000 feet, 290 knots. Oku puts down, runs into a tree, so he's dead. And now Sky is RTB back to Maycop. is he going to have the fuel to put this thing down? Nope. I think he does. He's at 69% engine RPM now. He's coming in decently close to Maycop now. And he's going to put it down. Low blow.
Yeah.
So he outfuels his opposition.
From where I sit, this is the right outcome because, in all fairness, Banana should have Fox 2 to Oku back then. And that would have ended it about 15 minutes ago in game time.
Yeah.
So this is really just the win that was supposed to happen.
So what you're saying is, yeah, exactly. So what was going to happen with Banana, it just turned into an inevitable outcome with what ended up happening there during the fuel race.
That's what I think.
Okay. You think fate righted itself. Okay.
Basically.
Right. Well, guys, TFS 81 has equalized this at 1 apiece. We're going to round 3. We're going to try the... well, we're not going to do the first-person cameras again because I need to work on that and make sure. I guess I need to play the first-person cameras before each one of these matches to make sure that they work. So we're just going to do the full cameras. But TFS 81 has equalized this at 1 apiece. We are going to round 3.